On Wednesday, August 13th, 2025, a powerful storm named Typhoon Podul slammed into Taiwan. It tore into the southeastern part of the island, bringing with it brutal winds, heavy rains, and causing chaos everywhere. Typhoon Podul made landfall around 1 p.m. local time on August 13th, right near Taitung city in southeastern Taiwan. The moment it hit the coast, the storm was packing sustained winds of 118 miles per hour, which is the equivalent of a Category 2 hurricane. It moved west across the southern part of Taiwan at about 22 miles an hour, reaching the Taiwan Strait by that evening. As Podul carved its way across the island, it started to lose some of its punch, but it still caused a significant amount of damage. The sheer speed and power of the typhoon really put local authorities and residents to the test as they scrambled to find shelter and brace for impact. Tragically, this powerful typhoon cost one person their life, who is still reported as missing, and left at least 33 others injured across the affected areas. The injuries ranged from minor to severe, hitting people hardest in the coastal and mountain areas where the storm's fury was most intense. Local rescue teams were immediately sent out to help those in need, and several hospitals were on high alert, ready for the wave of casualties. The authorities moved fast, evacuating residents from flood-prone and high-risk areas. Over 5,500 people were moved from their homes, with temporary shelters set up to take in those who were displaced. The evacuation was a coordinated effort between local governments, military units, and emergency response teams. The typhoon brought travel to a screeching halt, especially air travel. By late afternoon on August 13th, more than 400 flights had been cancelled, including 252 domestic and 155 international flights. Major airlines like China Airlines and EVA Air had to shut down their operations in and out of the international airports in Kaohsiung and Tainan. Passengers were told to keep checking their flight status for any updates on rescheduling or cancellations. But on top of the flight mess, ferry services to the offshore islands were suspended, and some train services were also stopped due to safety concerns. This shutdown of the transportation network created a massive headache for travelers, especially for those trying to get off the island or reach safer areas. To keep people safe, officials in southern Taiwan announced the closure of schools and government offices in 9 cities and counties, including major hubs like Kaohsiung, Tainan, and Taitung. These closures were a precaution to keep people off the roads and reduce the risk of injuries during the storm. The government also blasted out emergency alerts and safety guidelines, urging everyone to stay indoors and avoid any non-essential travel. Local news channels and official government websites provided constant updates to keep people in the loop about the storm's path. Typhoon Podul also dumped an incredible amount of rain, with some areas getting up to 24 inches. The heaviest downpours were in the island's mountainous regions. This raised serious concerns about flooding and landslides, which are a constant threat in these areas because of the steep terrain. The storm was also a major threat to Taiwan's agriculture, especially in the southeast, where farming is the backbone of the local economy. Crops like rice, vegetables, and fruits were all at risk of being wiped out by the floods and high winds. Authorities have started to tally up the damage and estimate the economic hit, while local farmers are being told to do whatever they can to protect their livelihoods. By the evening of August 13th, Typhoon had passed over Taiwan and was heading toward mainland China, with its sights set on Fujian province. Local authorities in both Fujian and Guangdong provinces ramped up their emergency preparedness, bracing for the storm's arrival. These regions were warned to expect more heavy rain, strong winds, and storm surges that could lead to more flooding and disruptions. While the typhoon caused a lot of trouble in Taiwan, it's expected to be a little less intense as it moves across the open water toward China. Still, authorities all over the region are keeping a close watch on the storm and issuing updated warnings to keep residents and travelers safe. In the wake of the storm's destructive path, local officials have recommended that all residents continue to monitor official weather updates and follow any evacuation orders. They're also advising people to stay away from flood-prone areas and keep clear of the coast, where storm surges and strong winds are still a danger. The government has assured the public that recovery operations will get underway as soon as the storm has passed. The focus will be on clearing debris, restoring power, and getting relief to those who were hit the hardest. As Typhoon Podul makes its way toward mainland China, it's crucial that everyone stays vigilant and listens to the advice of local authorities. The typhoon season is far from over, and residents of Taiwan and other vulnerable areas are urged to stay prepared for whatever comes next. Typhoon Podul definitely left its mark on Taiwan, with powerful winds and heavy rain causing widespread damage to both property and lives. The authorities acted quickly, evacuating people from high-risk areas, closing schools and government offices, and warning everyone to stay clear of flood zones and areas at risk of landslides. Although the typhoon has now moved on from Taiwan and is heading toward mainland China, regions like Fujian and Guangdong provinces need to stay on high alert and prepare for the storm's lingering effects. The international community is keeping a close eye on the situation, hoping that the ongoing relief efforts will minimize any further damage and protect the people in the storm's path. We advise everyone to stay informed by following weather updates and official warnings, and to take action to ensure your safety and well-being.